Hi everybody, my name is Hannah Hindsight and welcome to part 2 of my sketchbook tour. Glad to see you back. And we'll start where we last left off, which is my Maya Himi gouache. Not too much to say there. And over here I was trying to do a draw the artist kind of thing. Didn't really work out, so I moved on. And then 2 little inserts of more stuffed animals that I got. These, however, I love these. I love how these came out. So we have 2 different scapes, both involving a power plant that's in my city. And I have like a little journal entry in the middle of them. I really love how this one turned out. The pinks and the oranges just blow my mind. And on this page we have a bunch of sketches, sheep under the bed, green eggs and ham with eggs for wheels of the bicycle. Here's another piece that I did that I really liked. It's more intensive background than I'm used to, especially with the stuff out the windows. It's just this little character sitting and chilling and having their coffee with their cat, their dog, and Shark Loaf, of course. I really like how it turned out. Took me forever though. Then over here we have 2 Pokemon drawings. I am a Pokemon fanatic. I love the games. I love everything about Pokemon pretty much. I've been playing it since I was little. It's actually the first video game I ever owned or played. So we have a Tropius with a Monstera Deliciosa leaf instead of the typical fans or palm fronds that they have. Tropius should have different leaf wings. I really like how it turned out. I love the little holes. Then over here we have a drawing that I made for one of my good friends, Jelly Sharky, over on Instagram. Her art is awesome and I wanted to draw something for her. So I drew her favorite Pokemon, Flareon, on a rock sunning himself. Really like how fluffy he is. And this is a redraw of that painting I didn't like earlier of the power plant. It's just this little city and the power plant in the background with the character and Shark Loaf in the backpack. I like it a lot better. And over here we have some oriental cat sketches with a little meme drawing that I made. So I saw something on Instagram floating around. It was like, sorry I'm not your rusty bucket of bog water. I just thought it was hilarious for whatever reason. So I drew Shark Loaf in a bucket with a little frog on his head. I love the frog, he's so cute. More sketch pages. Just a little Borzoi drawing that I did, which is, the finished piece is in another sketchbook. I'll have to show that later. Then this little demon lamb that I was drawing. Then over here we have a lesson in lighting. I like how it turned out. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would, but it still needs some work. I don't like the extreme contrast. Then we have a little poster by Lee Ellison. I love the little tigers and the platypus. This was a gouache painting that didn't turn out so well. It's supposed to be a wheat field. Over here are some gouache paintings. Portraits that I found on Pinterest and got inspired by. I like how all of them turned out, but I really messed up on this person's face. I feel so bad. She's so pretty and I fucked up her painting. Here we have a little portrait of my Animal Crossing New Leaf house. This was a bit after New Horizons came out, and I still didn't have the game, so to live vicariously through others, I just did a little gouache painting of my house in New Leaf. Then this is my Meet the Artist. This was the first one I've ever done, really. It was a lot. I didn't exactly know what to put on it, so I ended up dumping a bunch of crap onto it. Basically, that's me. It's Shark Loaf, my art supplies, and my sketchbook. And over here we have those three characters that you just saw on the bikes. Kind of went through a lot of redesigns with them, but ended up dropping them. I kind of feel bad. Just want to be a bulldog in a blankie. And I really like this Doberman. I thought it was cool. I didn't really know what the purpose of it was. I just know I wanted to do like this weird Doberman coming out of a fancy dress. I love these 2 pages. So I keep my kneaded eraser in a little bubble thing that you can get out of a gumball machine. And I was actually really inspired to do a piece involving space with that. And I put a little astronaut in the gumball machine thing and a little garden with space in the background. I really love it. It was one of my favorite drawings. This is based off of a post that I found from @CircleOfPines on Instagram. They did this little photo of a window and I got really inspired and I wanted to repaint it. Obviously the photo is better, but I liked how it came out. Then over here we have a couple of unfinished pieces. I have floor-to-ceiling windows in my studio, so I got really inspired by the house across the street and I kind of want to do something with the street light later on, but this piece didn't work out. And this was another iteration of that kind of drawing. Then this character from Animal Crossing, I can't remember his name, but he took my fucking shovel and I got really mad at him because I lost rock, paper, scissors. I'm like, mother fricker. Over here is a painting that I did in gouache of the house across the street. I really love how it turned out. It's one of my favorites in the sketchbook ever. I know I kind of say that a lot, but I mean it. This was a really developmental piece for me. And over here we have more gouache paintings. This one I don't like. The clouds were a mess. Then over here we have a painting of my grandmother's, basically their front yard with their neighbor's front yard. So this half is my grandmother's and this half is the neighbor's. But I really like how it turned out. I could have lightened the clouds a little more, but I like how I did their rainbow. And over here we have more Instagram challenge drawings. This one was the draw 6 characters or 6 fan arts or whatever. So Jelly Sharky actually suggested Flareon. Somebody else suggested Clud from Guardians of Ga'Hoole. I'm actually reading that series now because I got the books for my birthday. Honest from Unis Honest. Love that channel. Sassy Ass Lemon Grab from Adventure Time. Susie from the second Undertale game. And then Sally Face. I've never drawn this character before, or really half of any of these characters, except for Mark and occasionally Flareon before then, but the rest of them I'd never drawn before. Clud was actually a really challenging thing for me to draw. And over here we have the draw yourself as an Animal Crossing character. I got thrown down as a wolf with a lazy personality, a hip style, so I chose the Peachy Tea because I thought it was really cute. Her catchphrase is heck, and she loves her watering can and giant isopods. I wanted to choose green and blue tones because I thought they looked really well together, and she has an eye pattern on her forehead. I really like her tail. I think she's cute. And then we have some leaf sketches with Belt from the DreamWorks movie, The Croods, Meet the Croods. I thought they looked really cute together. Then over here we have a Draw This in Your Style challenge from Azraeli, and her title is non-existent. I thought it was a really, really beautiful piece, and I wanted to draw it in my style, so I did. Then over here we have the KK Slider album art challenge. This album is Gregory Alan Isakov, This Empty Northern Hemisphere, and it was a really transformative album for me to listen to. Like, I'm a deeply emotional person. Listening to his music sometimes or usually makes me cry, so I really wanted to give that album some attention and redraw it. I really like how it turned out. Over here we have just a dude laying in a field. I'm trying to do more background practice. And over here we have a blackberry blossom. It's Just Let Go and Grow. I really like how it turned out, and a sticker by Lee Ellison. Cabin in the woods with a night rainbow, like a little mist sheen around the moon that you can see from time to time. Little Herbert, he's a snail that I draw from time to time. Then these two drawings were just for fun. I thought they were really, really silly. It's Julian Solomita and Kermit, Jenna Marbles' dog. I really like it. Then over here, so I'm kind of houseplant obsessed. I love them, I collect them, and one that was on my wish list for a long time was a Monstera Deliciosa. And when I mentioned it to my boyfriend, he's like, "Oh, you mean a Monstera Flavor Town?" And I could not stop laughing for about 20 minutes. I lost my mind. So of course I had to draw Guy Fieri with Monstera leaves, and I really think it looks neat. I like how I picked orange for the background. And Jenna Marbles fan art. And Zucker and Octavian, two little octopus villagers that I have in New Horizons. I'm so happy I have that game and that these two are in my village because they're so stinking cute. I love them. Then more Night in the Woods fan art. I really like how I did the lighting for this one. Maybe one day I'll redraw it, make it a little better, but this right here is my whole entire favorite thing about the drawing. May on the tightrope, or the telephone wire. Then right here we're approaching the end of the sketchbook, so I did New Horizons fan art again of my little character. I'll actually see if I can't draw her some more. I think she's really cute, and I like how my island's turning out. Over here, this is a portrait of a shed on my grandmother's property. I thought the lighting was really beautiful and I wanted to give it a try. Didn't turn out exactly how I thought it would, but I really do like the way I did the pine trees, and I think the fields are relatively close to the picture. Then over here, this is just a little doodle dump of me after I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and Sharklove is telling me I look like Kronk because my jaw was so square and so swollen. I hated every minute of it. Then over here, this is when the sketchbook kind of turns into more gouache and more lighting paintings. This one, I have a coyote skull and I have an old hammer handle that I have in its mouth. And basically what I wanted to do was something with that. I wanted to make a portrait of that coyote skull. So I was like, don't you dare fuck with my magical vibes. I think it's pretty neat. I kind of want to get it turned into a sticker if I can. Then over here, those three same characters again, looking different with Sharkloaf in the background. I really liked how this one turned out. And over here we have some of the last pieces in this sketchbook. I really like this one. I was inspired by a photo of an elderly woman that I saw on Facebook. I don't have it anymore, but she was really pretty, and I wanted to paint her in a setting that I thought was cool. She had a bunch of sticks in her arms, and I thought, well, maybe she's gathering wood for her cabin. And I did just a little sunset piece in some fields. And over here I attached the poem When I Am Old by Patty Barnhart. I think it's a really, really good poem. And over here I have an unfinished sketch of a vending machine in the middle of the woods. I'm actually planning on doing a piece with this soon. Oh boy. Some of the last things I put in the sketchbook, aside from one other page. So over here, this is a Draw This in Your Style by A Flightless Crow on Instagram. I love their art. They draw birds a lot, and I think their style is really, really cute. Basically, they had a chicken cake drawing going around, and I thought I would jump on in because it was so cute. I have a dried orchid here. Then over here, another Draw This in Your Style challenge by Elf's Painting on Instagram. They also have really cool art. She drew this girl wandering around at night with a lantern with mushrooms and a little centipede. And I thought I would make him her friend or her pet. And I did the whole scene. I really liked how the mushrooms came out. In the middle, we have the last piece chronologically in the sketchbook. It's just a Sphinx cat with Trust Your Cards and neon around it. I thought it was cool because I got my first tarot decks for my birthday. Then I stapled this, or I taped it in as the last thing in the sketchbook. It's a portrait of my aloe vera. I call her Starfish. And that was basically it. There's not really much else. We've got some diamond and pearl card and the pocket in the sketchbook. But other than that, that's it. So it took me a little over a year to finish this sketchbook. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.